everyone. I'm so happy to be here today. So I have a Traveler's Notebook insert spread for you using my November Wild Hare kit, which was curated just for me to be able to work in my Traveler's Notebook and my pocket pages. This is the photo I'm going to be using today, and I really wanted to play with my distress crayons. So I'm going to show you a couple techniques here. I am taking the Festive Berries Distress crayons, and I'm just popping them onto an acrylic block. So I just wanted a very light wash of watercolor across these two pages. This is a cardstock insert from Scrapping Wonders. So I got my biggest tip of water brush that I had because I really just wanted a light wash. I'm going to add a little bit more of the Distress crayon. I'm going to kind of play with the color a little bit till I get what I want. And so I'm just going to put some of this down here, and I think I do both sides. Initially, I just thought I was going to do one side, and now I'm showing you a couple more techniques with watercolor crayons that are kind of really cool. So here is how watercolor crayons kind of differ from gelatos. I'll tell you that right now. Number one, they are not waxy. Gelatos are waxy, and these are not waxy at all. They are like, it's like taking a stick of a tube of lipstick and just smearing it around. They are water reactive until they dry, but once they are dry, they are not water reactive. So once they dry, they're permanent, which means if you're doing layers, you can get them, you can put layers and layers of these on top of each other and they won't run together, which is really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and do, and as you can see there, I just put the Distress crayon straight to that side of my layout, and then I just smudged them with my finger to get some lights and some darks. And then this side is going to be a little bit later because this isn't where my photo is going to be. This is where my journaling is going to be. So before my watercolor or my Distress crayons dry completely, I wanted to do a little bit of a fun technique, and that is to spritz it with some mini mister and then soak up some of the paper. And it's kind of hard to see on camera, but the paper towel gives it this like really kind of funky cool texture. It is hard to see on paper though. I messed with the idea of doing my layout horizontally instead of vertically, but in the end I decided just to go ahead and do it this way. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my paper. So I really didn't want to cut into a 12 by 12 paper unless I absolutely had to. So I'm going to just flick through all these papers and kind of decide what bits and pieces I want to use. I thought about doing that card that way, but I like what I came up with much better. I know that there are some puffy stickers that would work perfectly with the story from this photo, and so I know I definitely want to include some of those. I've also gone ahead and I'm going to back my photo on this teal piece of paper, and this little scrap is going to be like double duty for me for this layout, which is awesome. So I was kind of thinking about doing it this way, but I said I wanted to include some of this pattern on the other side, so I'm just going to kind of trim it close. And then that little square is one of the 2 by 2 squares from Paige Evans' Turn the Page collection. It's from the phrases part, and it's as happy as can be. So I'm definitely happy with where my photo is. Sorry for my head. And then I'm going to grab some of this paper or washi tape from the Dear Lizzie Stargazer collection. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of work on this side too. And see how that just kind of brings what's on one side over to the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and do some of this coppery tape on this side too, but you can't see it because I was I put my head in the way. Anyway, apparently I was in the mood. Maybe I just decided that you guys needed some shots of my fuzzy head. I don't know what's going on there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my journaling lines and kind of write my journaling in, but I did have to go back and kind of re-go over the journaling because my pages were not completely, totally dry yet. This TN layout was a little bit all over the map here. So I pulled out this pattern from that turn the page kit, and I'm going to put the thing, I don't know, why is my head there? Oh my goodness. I just want to smack myself right now. For real? For real. What was I doing? So, I put that one kind of photo there. I'm not really happy. I'm kind of lost at this point. I'm not sure what I like. I'm not sure what I don't like. So I kind of just set it aside, and I went and cooked dinner, I think. But yeah, I don't know. And then I had an epiphany, and I decided that I was going to fussy cut out this little mason jar thing from this card, and that really helps. So adding that and coming to that kind of got me back into my groove. That puffy sticker was it was too small, and I really didn't want it I wanted a bigger pop over on the right side, a bigger embellishment something. So I really like how that looks with that fussy cut mason jar there. Now I feel more like I'm I'm in a groove now. I'm going to add another piece of copper tape to the bottom there. And I'm going to grab my journaling off of Instagram. And I've put my date on. So if you take a look there, you can see the date, which is May 26th. So I went ahead and I grabbed another one of those fun 2x2 patterns. I'm just kind of flicking through the little pad right now, trying to decide which one I like and which one will do what I wanted. I wanted a little bit more color and a little bit more pattern for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this 2x2 square and a half. And for you guys for those that do traveler's notebooks, these little 2x2 square pads are like amazing. They are so perfect. They add just that little bit of pattern, and they're fabulous, guys. So fabulous. So I wanted to use these little, I guess they're like supposed to be like paper dolls, kind of. And again, head. Why was I doing this? I don't know. At least less fuzzy this time. I must have just been having a day where I wanted to lean forward. I don't know. Anyway, so sorry about that. I'm going to put that pattern above the top, and then I'm going to take that puffy sticker that I put in half, and I'm going to pop a half on either side where the seam is and that kind of puts the pages together. I think I really like how that turned out. And so now I'm ready for some of these the 3 puffy stickers that I wanted. So I wanted to use those little paper dolls that are up at the top, and I wanted to use the 2, they look like pictures that are hanging, and so I found nice places for those to place those. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is add these fun little enamel dots from Cartabella. I'm just going to sprinkle them kind of around the page at different places. And then I let this dry. So I let this completely dry, and the next morning when I got up, I did some pink splatters with some of my Shimmers paints. And you can see those splatters in the close-ups. I added lots and lots and lots of close-ups. A couple people have been asking me to include more close-ups on my videos, and so I thought that I would accommodate them. So I hope you like all these extra close-ups. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Be sure to check out the Wild Hare kits and get a curated traveler's notebook kit for yourself if you are so inclined. Have a wonderful day. Bye.